My name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter and welcome to another daily reading vlog. Today is Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. It is the 2nd of February. It is also Groundhog Day. Happy Groundhog Day. Is it Groundhog or Groundhogs? Groundhog Day? Anyway, I looked at the news and Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow, meaning 6 more weeks of winter. But up here we have Wiarton Willie in Wiarton, Ontario, just north of us. And he did not. So the province of Ontario is getting an early spring, but unfortunately Pennsylvania is getting a longer winter, or a typical winter. I don't make the rules, the groundhog does. Anyway, it's always such a... And I was laughing because I was looking at, like, they had, like, all the different... Because there's tons of... There's not just Punxsutawney Phil now, right? So there's, like, lots of different places. And there's a place in Nova Scotia that has a lobster. And I can't remember the lobster's name now, but they had a lobster, and I think the lobster saw its shadow, so Nova Scotia is also getting 6 more weeks of winter. But anyway, like I said, this is going to be the only clip for this vlog. Today's an extremely lazy day, and this afternoon I'm going to be going on reading sprints over on Tiffany's channel, and I missed them last Sunday, so I'm looking forward to participating today. So I just decided to kind of do a one and done. I don't have a lot to share with you. We haven't done anything today, really. I got up, I actually was up kind of early this morning, earlier than normal, and we've just been kind of relaxing. I've been doing some cross stitch I'm going to show you guys. I haven't picked up my sweater. I did pick it up a bit last night, but I'm not going to show you guys. I'll show you maybe tomorrow or the next day. And we had just had lunch. So what time is it right now? It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. So we just had lunch, and then after that, I actually made spaghetti sauce, and that's actually for tomorrow's dinner. So tonight we're actually doing ham. We bought a ham at the grocery store yesterday, just a small little ham like this big, and we're going to have that with potatoes and corn for dinner tonight. But tomorrow night we're going to do spaghetti, and I made it today because I have a hospital appointment tomorrow. I have to go down literally for a blood test and to see the doctor, and unfortunately I'm probably going to be there for about 7 or 8 hours. It's unfortunate, but it's just the way things are working out, unfortunately, because I'm, like, using my mom's car when I'm able to. What that means is that if she needs it, she, of course, has first dibs. It's her car. And so she needs it to go to an appointment tomorrow. So I have to... It was either going to be, like, get a ride off my brother or take Uber, and we just don't have the money for an Uber to go back and forth to the hospital. It's just too expensive. So my brother is being awesome, and he's driving me down. He's dropping me off, but that means that you're relying on somebody else's schedule, right? So because he's got to go into work, I'm getting dropped off at like 8 in the morning, and my appointment's not till 1 o'clock. So I'm going to be there for a while. I'm not complaining. I'm really not complaining. It's just going to be a really long day. Yeah, so I'm going to, and then my appointment's at 1 o'clock. Hopefully I get in right to see the doctor at 1. And then hopefully he can pick me up at like 2 or 3 o'clock. So I should get home just in time to take my husband to work, and then I'll take Garrett to work, and then I'll get to come home. And then I can have dinner, but at least the sauce will be made, and all I have to do is cook some noodles and have my dinner and enjoy my dinner. So I did that today to make my life easier tomorrow. But again, it's not like I'm going through test to test to test tomorrow. And I think it's almost worse just to be sitting around. So I'm going to bring my books. I'm going to bring my knitting. I'm not going to bring the sweater. I'm going to bring my socks because they're much more portable to take. So that's my plan for tomorrow. So that being said, typically, I would have my weekly wrap-up go up tomorrow. It might be delayed till Tuesday. I might try and film it tomorrow. I was going to do it today, but I'm just not feeling like it today. I'm being completely honest. And I'm one of those people that if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to do anything halfway for you guys. You know what I mean? But I wanted to come on. I love to come on, and this is easy. This is easy to come on and talk to you guys. But my wrap-up will probably go up on Tuesday instead this week. So I might do my weekly wrap-up on Tuesday and then my month-end wrap-up on Thursday. So I think that's the game plan for this week for videos coming up. And then, of course, the dailies. And I will do a daily vlog tomorrow, even though I'm not going to be at home. It'll be actually kind of nice to be out and about and to get some stuff around the hospital and stuff like that. So what I might actually do, because I've got a lot of time to kill, is that I might, when I get there, get the blood work done right away. And then I have like all that time before my doctor. And then I think I might go over to Sick Kids, and because they've got the soup place, and I might go there for lunch tomorrow. That might be my big treat to myself. And then I might walk across the street to Mount Sinai and go back to that bookstore that I used to go to all the time with Rick. And hopefully the proprietor will be there, the gentleman with the mustache. And I'm hoping he'll be there and I can at least maybe say hello and be like, hey, do you remember me? I used to come in with an IV. Now I am not having one. Also, there is a new copy. They've re-released. I don't know. I think they're going to do the entire set, but they've re-released the first book in the Winston Brothers series by Penny Reed, which is one of my favorite contemporary romance series. I love the Winston Brothers. And they're re-releasing it as a special edition. And I did look, and there's copies available at that bookstore. So I might go treat myself tomorrow. We shall see. I haven't decided yet. But that's what I might do. And then that'll kill some time. And then I'll go back up for my appointment. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is kind of not just sit around, in the waiting room, but like actually go and walk around and get some fresh air. And because it's not supposed to be terribly, terribly cold tomorrow too. So that's a good thing. But anyway, so that's tomorrow. Let's talk about today. So I'll show you guys my cross stitch first. So I finished, I moved the frame around, but I finished here. So I've gone as far this way as I possibly can. So we now have a little owl with a Santa hat right there. There was a second lamppost over here, which goes down, which you can't see. And now I'm working on this little bit up here. So basically I've got some stuff to do up here. There's to finish the roof of the house, and then there's like smoke. I think there's a chimney over here, and then there's like smoke that comes out, and then there's some little bits of the tree that I still have to finish off, and then that'll be done. But this is as far this side that this goes. This little bat that's hanging here, that's as far as this goes on this side. And then I just have the bottom part to do. So yeah. So this is actually going to go away now for another couple weeks because I work on my cross-stitch projects from Monday to Sunday. So tomorrow, and it probably won't be tomorrow because I'll be out all day, but it'll probably be Tuesday. I think the next one I'm going to pick up is the blue jay. So that'll be worked on next week. So you guys will see that one next week. But yeah, so that's where I am on that. So I thought I'd show you guys that. What else? Oh, let's get on to this, and then I'll talk about what I'm currently reading. So this is one of the 12 Days of Christmas gifts from my friend Fiona. So let's open this one up and see what we have today. I don't want to rip anything. I'm being very careful. Yeah, it's just been one of those lazy Sundays, Just a lazy Sunday. This season comes but once a year, so slow down and take some time to do all the little things that bring you joy and laughter and that cozy festive feeling inside. Oh, that's delightful. Another one of these cards. I love these. I'm going to use these as bookmarks. Like, seriously, this would make a great bookmark, would it not? Or again, like I said in a previous video, I want to get like a corkboard and be able to put all these things up on the board because I think they're lovely. This is beautiful. Thank you again. I love these. I'm loving these little presents. I think they're just delightful. Absolutely delightful. Let me put that over there. So, reading update. What am I currently reading? So I am that far into The Women by Kristen Hanna. And this is good. This is really good. I am really enjoying this. It's a difficult read in terms of the violence, of course. And I mean, as a kid, I didn't watch it, but like my parents watched it. And I know the characters, I know the premise of MASH. And I think MASH, now looking and thinking about that show, it was very glamorized compared to what probably actually happened. How those nurses and doctors actually lived. The way where their living is described is much different than it was shown on that show. So, that's one thing. And yeah, just the brutalities of war, and it actually, and I've said this before, I think the last major historical novel that I read was The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. And for me, the mark of a really good historical fiction novel is me stopping reading to look stuff up. And I did Google search Canada's involvement in the Vietnam War, and it was almost zilch. We were a neutral thing in the war. We supplied the U.S. military with supplies, I think. We didn't have soldiers, we didn't fight. We didn't send troops, if you will, not until after the fact for peacekeeping missions. But yeah, that was our entire involvement. But a lot of the stuff that they discuss, like the outfits and but the one thing that something like a TV show like MASH, I can think about that show and think about how the characters were dressed and what they wore, to think about how the characters were dressed in this and things like that. So yeah, it puts a bit of a visual to it, but it is a difficult read, and I'm about a quarter of the way through it. So like, again, in terms of the violence, it is difficult. So, but it is very, very, like, I don't want to say entertaining. It's very interesting. So basically, for those of you who don't know, it is about, the main story is about a woman named Frances, or Frankie McGrath. And she is, I think, like 19 years old or something like that at the start of the novel. And her brother, her older brother, has gone off and been joined the army, or joined the Navy. And he's gone off to fight in the Vietnam War. And the whole family's proud of him. She comes from a military family. Her father couldn't serve for medical reasons or whatever, but her grandfather, her great-grandfather, both sides of the family, like, they've all served. They've all done their service, in World War II and this and that. And the military is like a kind of a big deal to the family. And, but the women are just meant to be you're meant to get married. You're meant to have babies. That's what it was, 1966, at the start of this novel. So anyway, this is not spoiler, because it really does happen at the very beginning of the book. Frankie's brother's killed in the war. And she's devastated, and she wants to do something, so she enlists. And because she went to school to be a nurse, but it was pretty much just a stopgap. Like she was meant to go to nursing school and then meet somebody and get married and stop being a nurse and be a mom and be a wife. But she wants to do something. She wants to be somebody. So, she wants to be more than just a wife and a mother. So she ends up going off, very naively, thinking it's going to be like some big party, in a way, and it's going to be safe or something like that. And she goes off, and, the reality, of course, hits her right away. And she meets two other women that she's bunking with, Barb, and Ethel. And so it's kind of their story. The people that she meets, like I said, I'm only about a quarter of the way through it. She's only been now in Vietnam for about 6 months. So yeah, but so far I am really enjoying this one. And, you hate to say it's an enjoyable book considering the premise of the story, but it's very eye-opening. Let's put it that way. It's very eye-opening. The other one that I'm reading, I just started it last night, I'm like a chapter and a half into it, is Diving Into Forever by Laurel Greer, which is the first book in the Love It Hideaway Wharf series. I read book 3 last month, so I'm jumping back, reading book 1 and then book 2. So this is a male-male romance about Sam and Kellen, and Kellen is, he's from Ireland originally, but he's kind of traveling all over the world to fulfill his sister's bucket list. His sister passed away of cancer, and in order, I don't know the full story, and it really wasn't given away in the third book either, is that somehow for him to get some sort of an inheritance, he needs to complete these tasks on this bucket list. And one of them is he needs to deep sea dive, and he is terrified of deep open water. And dude, I am right with you. That is a fear of mine as well. So he has come to this place, and I don't know exactly what state this takes place. I think it's Washington State, but it's like the Puget Sound area. That's Washington State, right? I know it's the Pacific Northwest, but he's there to go deep sea, or deep water diving or something like that. So he needs to, of course, take lessons to be certified and blah, blah, blah. And he meets Sam, and Sam's a dive instructor, owns a dive shop, and it's going to be their relationship between the two of them. So yeah, like I said, I'm a chapter and 5 pages into this. I plan on doing some more reading on it later today. So anyway, for a one and done clip, this was a little bit longer, but as usual, I was yapping away. But yeah, so I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Like I said, stay tuned. On Tuesday will be my wrap up for the week. And then on Thursday will be my monthly wrap up. So yeah, so anyway, guys, that is all that I have for today. Until my next video, take care and happy reading, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.